ones make sense.
You could say Blastoise has guns. What the fuck is that about? But Blastoise still looks like a turtle though at the end of the day.
Yeah, with guns.
Yeah, with guns.
I'm gonna say Spyro 3. Spyro 3 is one of my all-time favorite games. I like Spyro 1, but I couldn't put it in the top 10 because, like, it was so primitive. It was a good game. But when they started fixing that dash jump shit, it, like, really made games enjoyable. Spyro 3 is a really good game.
Spyro 3 is Year of the Dragon, right?
Yeah, Year of the Dragon.
I never played the Spyro game.
I played a little bit of Spyro 1 on emulator, but I wasn't able to beat it.
How many we at?
Spyro 3 was number 7.
This isn't in any order.
You can always reorder them.
Yeah, but like number 7. Number 8 would be I can't say Final Fantasies because I actually plan on going through those within the next couple months. So I can't put a Final Fantasy on the list. So if I did this list in the future, it'd probably have a couple of those. But I'd have to do without it.
Damn, Peter, that section looks hard.
Yeah, it is. Probably change the title.
What do you want, 5-4?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-4 is it's a little tricky of a level. All things considered, it's pretty short. It's got a stupid ass auto scroller. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Even though I played it mostly on the Sega Dreamcast, I still consider that like I did play it on the PlayStation as well. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, the game is dope.
Yep.
It's not my favorite skating game on the PS1, but it is maybe the best.
It's pretty good.
My favorite skating game on PS1 is Thrasher Skate and Destroy.
That might be, I might have played that game as a kid, I just don't remember it.
I really like the soundtrack that they put on that game. It's all like
Yeah,
late
Thrasher,
80s, early 90s hip-hop.
and is it Thrasher, Skate, and Destroy?
Yeah.
Let me see one of the songs, because I remember one of the songs for it. I don't know. What is that, 8?
Yeah. Thrasher had this mechanic where, you know how when you're doing a level there's a time limit usually, and it's that way for Tony Hawk's also. Well, when the time ran out in Thrasher, a cop would start chasing you around the level, and
Cool.
you would be looking at yourself from the viewpoint of the cop,
Okay.
and you just kept playing until either you skated out of the level through one of the exits or until he caught you and he started beating you with his nightstick.
Twisted Metal 2.
Fuck yeah.
I played all of them, but I played the most for number 3. Number 2, my disc got scratched to hell, and I loved that game so much. And it was just a shame that the only one I could play consistent was the 3rd, but I remember the 2nd one so much. It's so fun.
I think
What
the
was
second
that-
one is the best in the series.
What was that one level? Like, didn't you have to fight, like, fucking Minion in, like, a lava field?
Yeah, that was Amazonia.
Yeah, that game is just crazy. Like, the first one was okay, but when they did the second one, they just, like, fucking amazing. What is that, 8 or 9?
That's 9, you got one more.
That is a hard list to make. I mean, I like a lot of the games, but I didn't play many sports games. I did play racing games, but I can't comfortably say because I didn't get to play them that much. Otherwise, I'd put Gran Turismo on the list, but I can't. If I had a PS2 list, I would, but not. Oh, what's this? Going into the wall. Oh, the last. What's the 10th one? I'm trying to just think in general, like games I enjoyed growing up. What's it called? I mean, there's definitely some RPGs that I could have added to that list. I just haven't gotten through them. No sports game. I'm gonna have to say it, but I don't remember too much, but I remember playing it a lot. Shit. I guess, I don't want it to be a cop-out, but Resident Evil 2. Like,
Resident Evil 2 belongs on that list.
I mean, it's a great game. You know, I enjoyed the remake, but that was like the first game I have ever been scared shitless watching somebody play. Just watching. And when you try to play it yourself, it's like the controls are kind of hard. And they didn't fuck around with the zombies in that game.
Peter Afro, so far, out of 4 people, is the only one that does not have Resident Evil 2 on his list.
I mean, it's
But I don't know
barely
if he's
on.
really played it.
Yeah, it's barely on the list, but it's only because, like, I was going to say that or Siphon Filter 3. Because I played both of them and I enjoyed them both. But Resident Evil 2. Let's see my list. I'm actually curious. I mean, I've never been on the spot having to make a list.
It's fun.
Different. Let's see, Metal Gear Solid, VR Missions, Jacob King, X665, Digimon. That's a pretty fucking crazy list. And I was considering Mega Man 8. Like, it's actually a game I did wanted to speedrun, but Dashing, man. Dashing's how you, dashing better than sliding.
I agree with that.
I'll fight anybody over that.
Sliding wouldn't be so bad if you could do it with one button press. Like if
Yeah.
you could R1 slide, I'd be fine with it. It still would be not as cool as dashing, but it would be less awkward than pressing like down B.
So, the only
Trying to
position...
jump out of a down B.
Yeah, the only positions I care about on my list will probably be the first few. But, yeah, Metal Gear Solid is absolutely has to be number 1. And I would even say that with VR Missions. Like, those first 2, they deserve that. Jay Cocoon for 3 is true. Actually, no, that list is pretty much spot on how I would rate it. Huh.
All 4 of us have Metal Gear Solid in our lists.
I mean, yeah, it's Kano.
It's just a good game.
Is the only person who did not put a Crash Bandicoot game in his list.
Yes, despite being a furry, that doesn't mean I play all furry games. And I did not play much Crash growing up. I think my
Crash is okay.
I think my
It's
cousin,
nothing amazing.
my cousin had a PlayStation when I was growing up. So sometimes I'd get to play it. She had like, what is it, Star Wars Masters of Terras Kai.
I fucking remember Masters of Terrascasi. You could play as a Tusken Raider, you could play as the pig with the axe.
She had that, she had all the Crash games. So I did get to play Crash. What was that one with like a polar bear level? Where you gotta ride a polar bear?
That's probably
Where he
Crash.
like, where he looks at the camera and he starts like doing that eyebrow thing, like, you know what's gonna happen. And then he like jumps on the polar bear.
Yeah, I think that was Crash 2. Because in Crash 1 he had those levels, but he was riding on a boar. And then in Crash 2 he had to ride on the polar bear. And then in
I mean, I played all
3, in Crash 3 it was Coco riding on the little tiger.
She could bribe me. I played all 3 Crash games, including Crash Bash, but none of them were just games I don't know. When you give somebody a top 10 list, that's so fucking hard. Like PS2 is gonna be a harder list to do.
I look forward to that.
Eh.
Alright, so I got another question for you, Z-Wing.
Alright.
I asked this question of Peter and Okami earlier, and I want to see what your answer is. Of the 4, who's Okami? Okamikaze is another person in the Guild of Discord. He's a
that Neskamikaze?
No, he's a British guy. He speed runs Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9.
Okay.
So the question is, out of the 4 lists of top 10 PS1 games, which do you think would be the easiest to speedrun? Which list? And which list would be the hardest to speedrun? If you had to get through any set of 10... Yeah. If you had to get through any set of those 10 games.
Okay, so... I'll say right off the bat, like... Speedrunning an RPG compared to speedrunning a action game, it's easier to speedrun an action game.
I agree.
Like, in general, like, this is what I'm saying.
I
So,
had the same
whichever
conversation
list
with Okamikaze, and he didn't necessarily agree.
Well, he speedruns RPGs. So he probably thinks a little too hard, but in general, I'm talking about like a general perspective. Like if I were to look at a list and I would look at games to run, RPGs would be the most time consuming because you can't just execute. You have to know stuff too. More knowledge, more attempt.
You gotta have a bunch of notes.
Like let's say I wanted to speedrun fucking. Let me see. Let me just pick a random ass game one here. Like Mega Man X5, X6. Let's say you want to speedrun those. You just watch a fucking video. You take the route. You just do it, right? You don't have to be perfect about it. It's just they're short, sweet games. Like, yeah. I mean, looking at all these lists, I mean, my list looks pretty damn easy. I'm not gonna lie. Like the hardest game on the list that I've given the speedrun is probably Digimon World 3. And that's just because of the sheer length and stupidity in the game. But let's see, Metal Gear Solid, it's got a dedicated community, easy. VR missions, it's an IL based game, so anybody can do it. A Cocoon, I think I spent like 5 days learning it, and I set like a top time. Easy game, by the way. It's just kind of stupid sometimes. X6. Yeah, my list in general isn't that hard. If we're just talking like I want to do a run. Let's look at Peter's. I mean, the only game on here that I think
Did Z-Wing's mic cut out on him? Oh yeah, he did. I still think your list is probably the easiest, Peter.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was just.
He has a lot of easy-looking games on his.
Yeah, Wait, what?
All right.
What?
Okay.
Did I click something?
No, that was me. Okay, there. It's back, right?
Yeah, I was looking at mine, and then I looked at his. I was like, oh my god, all these games are easy. So I kind of have to agree with you there. But the only game on his list that's actually hard is Mega Man 8. That's a very difficult game to learn to speedrun. I think I learned up to Frostman? Does that sound right?
I disagree. I find that really easy to speedrun.
But then, so it's basically between Crisco and Okami for the hardest games to learn. So I'll look at yours first. So let's see. 1, 2. So you got 2 RPGs and Final Fantasy Tactics. Chrono Cross is a long fucking game, I think. I think I saw someone speedrun Crash Team Racing isn't. It's not a hard game to learn. it's a racing game. Like I'm of the opinion that racing games are probably some of the easiest to learn, but they're also probably the hardest to master, just because you're thinking of like tenths of a second, hundredths of a second. Tekken's a fighting game. Mega Man Legends. Mega Man Legends, you know. Not the hardest Mega Man game to learn, I think. Is this on the PlayStation? Yeah, it's on the PlayStation. Okay, so it's actually the good version. And Legacy of Kain, which, that's a good series. I remember that game growing up.
Peter says that game has no plot.
Well, he also plays Muppets, so...
Dude, Mupp Race Me is fucking awesome. Like, that game's like legitimately the best racing game I ever played.
Okay, now for Kamikaze. So basically, we can cross off Metal Gear Solid since it's consistent. Except for... Oh, even Peter played it, okay.
Yeah,
So he's got
man.
FF9,
I want that whole
FF7. You know what? This is actually a tough one now. Because when I'm looking at Okami, like...
Our lists are very similar.
Yeah, your lists are pretty close. I mean, Crash, Ape Escape... Crash, Ape Escape... Okay. Then up here you have Legacy of Kain. I don't know, you both have 2 RPGs.
There's basically
You
only
have-
4 games difference between our lists.
Yeah. And like Tekken,
he
you
has
take that away.
he has Final Fantasy IX and I have Chrono Cross. That's one difference.
Well, FF9 is I think that's a bitch to run. But Chrono Cross is also a bitch to run. So the only things I'm looking at is Legacy of Kain versus let's see, Ape Escape, Legends. Wow, you only have 1 Mega Man game? Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, the PS1 has a lot of really good games,
Yeah.
and it's hard for me to say that any of the PS1 games.
They had a lot of Mega Man games.
I didn't love any of the PS1 X games enough to put them in my top 10. They'd probably be in my maybe X4 would probably be in my top 20.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's how I'm looking at it. Both your lists are like if I had to rank it, Peter's is the easiest. Mine's like the second easiest. So now it's like who gets the hardest and who gets the second. And I don't know anything about Legacy of Kain speedruns, but I do know about Ape Escape speedruns.
I tried learning Soul Reaver. There's a glitch that's really annoying. That's my own.
There's a category of
But it's a
Soul
platform, right?
Reaver. What, Soul Reaver?
Yeah, it's a third. What is it? A third person.
It's like a third person adventure
Yeah.
puzzle platformer, I guess.
Okay. If we take away the common denominators, what are we looking at? FF7 versus... Wait, you take FF7. So Chrono Cross versus FF9.
Yeah, Chrono Cross versus 9.
Which is a toss-up, you know. I'd put those as a toss-up.
Soul Reaver versus Crash 2.
Okay. Which Crash 2 is probably way fucking easier. I had to guess.
Twisted Metal 2 versus Gran Turismo 2.
Well, it's a racing game, so...
One's a racing game, one's a combat game.
Yeah, I can't... I would say Twisted Metal 2 is probably going to be easier to learn.
I've done speedruns of Twisted Metal 2, and I think it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, even, for the sheer length, you're talking about like multiple hours versus, somebody could just do a run if they just do a no-death playthrough, and it probably wouldn't take them that much time of getting the hard stretch. So yeah, I mean, right now...
And then you've got Mega Man Legends versus Ape Escape.
Which Ape Escape's probably harder to learn just because it's a Mega Man game. I don't know, I think, for the most part, both you guys' lists are, like, pretty close. I'd probably say his list is slightly harder, just because he has a Final Fantasy game, and
I told him I thought that his list was
Like-
harder just because of Gran Turismo 2.
no, I can't look at racing games and like give them any no offense, like I know how racing games work, but at the end of the day, if you're really good at a racing game, you've mastered the mechanics in a standard playthrough. You're just apex of turns. Like unless there's like actual glitches in the game that like go beyond the norm, but like you can do wall rides. Everybody knows about that stuff. It's just precise play, which it's something you don't even need to be a speedrunner to do. But I would think like I'm weighing more towards FF9 and Ape Escape. Like that's like the only two that stand out to me that would be, because I've seen Ape Escape runs and it's didn't that game like it was wasn't that one of the first games that required a DualShock PS1 controller?
Yeah, I think it might have been the first that actually like used the analog sticks.
So it was probably like more awkward controls compared to most games. But like that's it. Like they're so close. Like even if you take out the RPG aspect, like Chrono Cross and FF9, I'm looking at Mega Man Legends and Ape Escape. Yeah, that's just how close you guys' lists are. It seriously is a toss-up. I mean, if I had to choose a list of games I would rather run, I'd probably choose your list just because there's not that much Final Fantasy. It's at least a little bit more mixed up. Like, you got some Mega Man, you got your Resident Evil. Not a bad list, but his is probably a little harder.
Alright, there you go. From easiest to hardest, Peter, Z-Wing, Crisco Wildo, Kamikaze. And I agree with that assessment.
I mean, it's very close. Like
we have slightly different reasons for agreeing,
yeah.
But we do agree.
Yeah, I'm always going to look at RPGs as like it's just too time consuming and information based to learn. Like I mean, I speedrun Pokemon games, and the great thing about Pokemon games is they're pretty easy to route, and you don't even have to know what to do most of the time. Your notes will tell you what to do, but you still have to adapt. The PlayStation RPGs are just too fucking long. Surprised no one put like Breath of Fire 4. That's a really good game.
I've never played any of the Breath of Fire games before.
I never played it. I never will.
You can like just get an emulator and play them.
Well, yeah, I don't like the turn-based RPGs, GBH.
It's because you're young, old people like me like the turn-based classics,
Dude, I'm only like 6 years younger than you. It's not much younger.
They're rolling up the drink.
Yeah, I'm old enough to drink.
Alright, Peter, let's go get some,
Capri Sun.
Yeah, Capri Sun. I buy that shit when it's on sale, like crazy. Like, I'll shit you not, I'll buy like a whole fucking case. Like, when they sell them for $1, you can buy 10 at a time. Oh yeah.
I'm so bad at stabbing through Capri Suns.
Wait, Capri Sun? No, I'm talking about Sign Delight. Never mind. And I'm assuming you want the same for N64?
Yeah, let's go through the N64 games.
Well, first off, Perfect Dark, my god.
I
wanted to speedrun that game, but I am so fucking shit with first-person shooters on the N64. I have a better time playing that with 2 controllers than 1. And that's like the one game that doesn't benefit from it. But let's look at it. So, you take away all Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Times, because everybody's put that on their list, right? That's like the common denominator.
I didn't put Majora's Mask on mine.
For the sake of it, we'll just assume that it's a Zelda game.
Ocarina of Time is on everybody's list.
Okay, so we'll take it off. Alright. I know next to nothing about most of these games. Oh, Paper Mario's on our list, right? Nope, never mind. I don't know most of these games.
I once jokingly asked Crisco to have a porn channel with his Discord.
Oh yeah, I'd come back. Is that who? Is that a cat boy from Genshin Impact?
No, I think it's a dog boy.
Genshin
Ooh,
Impact.
That's even better. Don't see a lot of dog boys. It's always the fucking cats. Honestly, I can't give an opinion on N64. I know like next to nothing about these games. Like, I did not do much N64 growing up. But I have done some of these as speedruns, so I have tried Mario Kart. But in terms of a speedrun, it's a racing game. Like, anybody can do a racing game speedrun. Same with Episode 1 Racer, except that one's a little bit more interesting because it has like an upgrade system.
Did
Puzzle
you have that
League.
on your list, Peter?
Yeah,
it's on
I
his
actually
list.
ran
Actually,
that game at one point.
I mean, in general, Peter's list looks pretty easy. Like,
Fuck. Oh, shit.
learning, I mean, we're just saying speedrun, you know. Everything's gonna be stupid hard to, like, optimize fully, but most of his, I mean, I would probably just say his list is probably the easiest again. Do you not, like, get challenged when you grew up, Peter? Like, was everything just handed to you? Like, they just said good job? Like, you didn't have to fight for anything?
No, I played like next to no N64/PS1 games.
You're a PS2 kind of guy?
No, I grew up on a Wii.
Grew up on weed?
No. I
Shouldn't be
never
saying that on
downloaded-
stream, Peter.
The Nintendo Wii.
Yeah,
I
that's a good
remember.
console.
Peter Afro is only 14 years old, so he doesn't have a whole lot of experience.
No, I'm
with
22.
older game consoles.
Good lord.
It's okay, Peter. We're just joking. Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's a great game. I know nothing about the speedrun, but I probably assume it follows any rare logic. It's a 3D platformer, so that's probably... I think 3D platformers are probably like one of the hardest genres to speedrun. It's just too much. You go from 2D to 3D, difficulty goes up exponentially.
Peter, you've never played Conker's Bad Fur Day, right?
Yep, never played it. I know literally nothing about the game.
You should go play that. It's pretty funny.
Rayman
Rayman 2, I know next to nothing about Rayman, but I think in general they're not too bad. They're 2D platformers. Star Fox, I've actually speedrun the game. It's easy to speedrun, but it's also, you'll kill your wrist playing it.
I did a speedrun of Star Fox 64.
Which category?
Uh,
Blue line, red line, yellow line, any percent, 100%?
it was the easiest route. So
Probably blue line.
I think blue line, but I'm pretty sure I labeled it as any percent.
That's kind of how my PB's technically blue line, even though it's an 90% run. I think
I
yeah,
labeled
for
it as any percent, but it was the blue line every single time, and I finished in 38 minutes and 36 seconds.
yeah. So I could probably say with confidence that Kami's list is probably the hardest. He's got 1, 2, 3 3D 3D platformers that aren't Zelda. 2E, Kazooie, Conqueror, so that's just 3D platformers. They're going to be up there. SM64, which, yeah. The only game on his list that is like actually easy to speedrun is Super Smash Brothers. Like, that's a crazy difficult list to work with. Like, I could probably say with confidence his is the hardest.
Okami coming in hot with the hard lists every time.
Yeah. And
Peter
looking at
the
mine, so Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2, scratch those off because I have like route notes that tell you what to do. So those have like 0 difficulty to them. And I wish I was joking. Take off those. Like, I would say the list I have is pretty freaking easy. Except for the baseball, which who would fucking speedrun a baseball game?
I've seen people speedrun baseball games. Like, I know Backyard Baseball has a
Yeah.
speedrunning community.
They're how to describe them? Basically, you take the sport and then you do what you're not supposed to do in the sport to speedrun it. Like, my list in general is actually really easy, but if you take out games, Paper Mario, it's an RPG, so it's automatically like it's got a little bit of effort required, and because not everybody did Majora's Mask, you know. So for my list, Paper Mario and Majora's Mask is actually the only games that are difficult. So now let's look at Peter's, which Toy Story 2, that's a cool game. F-Zero X, it's a racer. Puzzle League. I mean, you can't put a degree of difficulty in Puzzle League. It's just if you play the game, you play it. Racer, 2 things. Whew, actually, Peter's list is really easy too. Compared to my list, I would say my list is harder than Peter's.
Peter with the baby games.
So now it's between Peter and Crisco for. You got Paper Mario, that's automatically up there. You got Rayman, which is a platformer. Okay, now you got DK64, that's a 3D platform, it's pretty hard. I've actually never played Harvest Moon 64.
I love that game.
Okay, you got too many 3D platformers, so the list I would put is Peter Afro, easiest. I'd be the second easiest, then it'd be Crisco's second hardest,
Man,
and
you got
Common
rid
the
of
hardest.
Waluigi's Taco Stand.
So
What
exactly-
the hell?
And it's
Exactly like the PS1 game list.
And it's strictly because he has so many 3D platformers that, like, and also he has GoldenEye, you know. So, you know, it's like a little bit of a genre difference, but he has so many 3D platformers, it's so difficult. His list, the only games I think are easy: Mario Party 3, Rayman 2, and Super Smash Bros. Everything else is, like, actually difficult. But Mario Party 3 being, like, you know, gambling addiction, I guess, the speedrun. Roll of dice. So yeah, so it kind of matched the. Yeah, I mean I would absolutely say that. Why limit yourself just to gay?
Peter, you stuck on the stage?
He's wanting to know if he can try again. Can you try again?
Seeming, what do you think of the Crisco and Peter movie speed bets?
I don't know anything about anything. I literally do not talk to speedrunners. I don't. The only speedrunner I talk to is the guy that's playing Yoshi's Island right now, and I only post horny furry shit
because you know he'll appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, he has the tags. I mean, like, if he didn't have bisexual in his tags, I wouldn't bother being this, like, horny. But, like, I'm got this feeling it's like he at least appreciates it out of all the people I follow. It's like, oh, I could talk about traps in here, I could talk about dick girls, I could talk about pizza dick, I could talk about anime.
Did you say
you talk about all the
pizza dick?
Pizza dick. You remember Jackery?
You
know what I'm talking about, Peter?
Know about Jackery. Jackery's the guy.
Yeah,
who
he'd always
the meme.
yeah, he'd always post this picture of this was it the Gen 5 female with a pizza
I
and
really
a dick
have no
sticking
idea
out of
what
it?
you're talking about.
It was such a good picture. Like I can't get over laughing about it. I miss that guy. What's he do now?
I think he's still on Twitter, shitposting.
Good for him. I'm sure if you post the picture, Crisco, you can figure out what I'm talking about. But it's a pretty good picture. It's a pretty good pizza.
I like pizza.
Yeah.
So Peter Afro has 3 outstanding movie bets with me right now.
Movie bets?
Yeah. So Peter, as you know, is a huge movie buff. He loves movies. It's his favorite thing in the world.
Yes.
And there's a lot of movies that he wants me to watch, partly because he likes sharing his bad movies with people in general, but also partly because
I also share good movies, come on.
I am the least movie-centric person around. Like, I don't watch many of them.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll tell me, hey, I want you to watch this movie, and I'll say, okay, well, I'll watch this movie if you achieve this speed goal in this set amount of time. So if you look at the list, you'll see all the speed movie bets that we've done so far.
Bitch.
The ones that he's achieved and the ones that are in progress. He has yet to fail a bet, but speedrun.com might force him to fail one.
Yeah.
Is this order? Which one? Which the order of this?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, never mind. I see it. Well, wow. Oh yeah. You actually made him do that goal off focus site. The Room.
Yeah, The Room's
Who
not one of
watched?
Crisco's favorite
So
movies.
you watched The Room. Okay. I don't know any of these fucking movies.
Well, I didn't watch The Room by myself. I watched a lot of these movies with other people. Like, it was me, Peter, and
Shrek?
some other people.
Yeah.
How is that in progress?
Oh, because
Make a
for
leaderboard. Oh yeah, you're never gonna make a leaderboard on speedrun.com for a Mega Man game. Get over it.
No, they're 100% dicking him around right now. Like, they will not give him any clear answers on why he can't just make a board.
No, I wouldn't.
Series mod. Originally, they told him you have to talk to the series mod and have him do it, but the series mod won't talk to Peter even though he's active. Like, he's just straight ignoring Peter Afro. So then Peter told the site staff, hey, this guy's ignoring me, I can't get through to him. And all they said to him was, it's a complicated issue, Mega Man Leaderboards doesn't like us, blah, 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 blah. And they just won't, like, they're just trying to sweep it under the rug and they hope Peter goes away.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that, like, if they don't want to put a board on SR.com, then
they should just
let
say
somebody,
something.
yeah, just, well, no, not that. It's like if you got somebody, like, you shouldn't have an outside site dictate what happens on a other site.
100%.
Like, you have Mega Man leaderboards. Like, if you want to post your category to Mega Man leaderboards, you know, you can consider that your official source for Mega Man. Everything outside that doesn't, you can think of, like, quote unquote, doesn't exist. So if that's the case, then why do you give a shit about somebody on speedrun.com posting a leaderboard? Like, I mean, at that point, that's a non-issue. Like, if it's not like
they want to be the only place for Mega
yeah,
Man.
that's where it becomes a thing. Is they want a monopoly? You know, there's a monopoly. I don't know. I've had a lot of issues. I've even had issues with the X3 board. But I quit caring about it. Like, I just don't care anymore. I just have no care in the world about.
I was almost gonna moderate you for the X3 board.
No, I don't.
You guys remember when you did at the time?
I remember years ago when I cared about this kind of stuff because I did X6.
In 2017, when I was the only moderator
I think
of
I remember
X3 on speedrun.com and everybody was throwing a fit about it, they were like, we want you to mod somebody else that's not you so that they can be a check for you. But they wanted me to mod people that they chose, and I told them I would be willing to mod Just Incredible and I would be willing to mod Z-Wing. But rather than accept that, because for whatever reason they didn't like the thought of me modding people that weren't them, they convinced the SRC staff to kick me off of the board, and then they installed Lasecki, Louise, Hetfield, some other shit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the stuff vaguely, but you know, I'm much different than what I was even like a year ago. Like the last thing I've ever like gone around with was like what's his name? Was when like Burglar like got kicked off the site even though he had a record, and I was like, I didn't understand it because like he still has that time, but also because like I'm pretty sure them uploading his run is like against speedrun.com's like their own like toss or something.
Yeah, it is against their.
So like,
you can't.
but like in terms of
if
and
somebody
then
doesn't
that
want you to.
like I've always like been of the opinion that like the time is a time. It doesn't fucking matter about the person. Because I used to like I remember this stuff with GoldenEye. You know, guy who sets multiple world records, but he like posts shitty opinions, and it's like, yeah, we can't have that on the leaderboard. But then you know, because the whole GoldenEye community is like, that's probably the most. How should I say? It's like if you took 4chan, melted it down into a liquid. That's basically what the GoldenEye community is like.
Liquid
and
man.
Yeah, and they try to be like moral arbiters and saying that like we don't approve of this in the community, but it's like your entire community is exactly that. So you're not really doing anything. You're just you know, what is it called? Like moving the chains about what you consider acceptable now. Because at the end of the day, it's just at times all that matters. Like if somebody's so pissed off at somebody else for their opinions, the best way to get back at them is to get them on the board. Like if I absolutely fucking hated Peter Afro's guts, and I was like, I'm so seething mad at this kid, I would take his X7 record. I'd fuck that time, and I'd make sure when I got it, you know, maybe I'd make a celebration video, maybe put a picture of him on a thing, maybe punch it a few times, you know, just that's the best way to get at somebody, because there is no opinions, because it's a time. A time is a fact.
I'm glad that you think that, because that kind of.
No, I've always thought that. I have never thought this person should not be on the board. But unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to stop people from doing that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I hate this person, but I also don't want to be seen as a bigot. Like, it's stupid shit. Like, stuff that shouldn't be, you know, it just shouldn't be a factor, but unfortunately it is. This is one of my favorite boss fights, even though it's like so short. Just the whole concept of like you fighting on the moon. But yeah, like I just don't look at that. Like if somebody is just that apprehensive, just take them off like community functions. So like you don't want them in the forums, take them off the forums. You don't want them in the Discord, take them off the Discord. But their time is still there. Like you can't just close your eyes and say this person didn't set a 34-58 because they did. So the best way to get back at him is just to beat him. What's Delm's time for this game?
3 hours, 41 minutes, and I forgot the seconds, but yeah.
For any percent?
No, for warps.
For warps?
Yeah.
How is that even a challenge?
Crisco,
well, I'm not trying to shit on him, but like you're fucking kidding me. 3 hours and 41 minutes?
Yeah, Crisco has picked
my
some
first
really,
100%
really
speedrun of this game was 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's 100%.
Yeah, Crisco's picked
You
some
should
pretty easy bets.
easily. That's not even a goal, man. Who made that challenge?
Crisco's
I
known
want
for
to stop.
picking very easy bets.
Lately, what I've been doing is, I think of 5 different ideas for goals,
Karen?
and I put them on a list, and I have people whittle the list down. So I'll be like, okay, Okami, take one option off of this list. Z-Wing, take the next option off of this list, and we whittle it down until there's 2 left, and then I have Peter pick. which one he wants to do.
Yeah, I
So
picked
Peter
the,
picked this one over. What was the
the other one was
alternative?
beating Pikachu Naruto dude's time in X8. That would have actually been challenging. I picked the
Yeah, his
easiest
time
one.
wasn't that like actually competitive. I remember that guy.
Yeah. He and I
He
used
took
to be
my
friends, but
he took my Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 world record back in the day when it was like on console.
then he started sucking off Hatfield, and now we're not friends anymore.
Got pics.
No, I don't have pics. Wait, do I?
That's kind of disturbing if you're actually at the second guess yourself there.
Well, what I have pics of is, if I have pics of it, it would be the message that Hetfield sent to both Pikachu Naruto Dude and Maestro in SRC, telling them to not talk to me and don't let me
Yeah.
help moderate boards, and to kick me off of because I used to be, for a little while, I was a moderator of Mega Man X8 on speedrun.com, and I was trying to set the boards up so that they were in sync with MMLB, and Hetfield didn't like that. So
Yeah,
he told
I
them
never
both to
under.
demod me, and
Yeah.
Maestro was going to ignore him, but PND didn't ignore him. So PND demodded me, then blocked me on Discord and Twitter, and when I went to his stream to ask him what was up, he blocked me in his stream too.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've always, I don't like, I don't know, I think my opinion went back and forth over the years, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you have a site that doesn't want to participate on SRCon, you shouldn't be like, if they don't want to participate, then that means nobody can participate. That's like, isn't that like that crazy ex-girlfriend that's ready to just kill both you and her because she doesn't want anybody else to have you? Like, that's kind of the vibes I get. It's like, that's a little extreme.
It's 100% fine if
And
somebody from MMLB does not want their time on SRC.
think of it like this.
But like you that just means that you step back and you don't participate, but that doesn't mean that you tell other people you can't participate even though you want to. Like you shouldn't have any control over where I put my runs.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. It's too complicated. I think it's just nobody like actually had a firm decision. It's always like, oh, maybe the API will come around. It's like there was no definite like, hey,
they were
if
never
you
going
don't
to
want
work on that.
Yeah,
Joker
they were
worked
never
on it for like 2 months and couldn't get it to work. And I
It's
told
like
him I have two guys who swear to God. I
Well,
told him this. I have two guys that swear that they can do this, and they will do
I mean,
it for you if you let them. And
that-
he
well,
didn't
that-
want to let them because they were
Mhm.
friends with me.
well, I also don't think they would have let you do it regardless because of like, getting into a website's like inner workings. Because like I know I would be willing to pay somebody to like fix the F-Zero website. Like I would dish out
SRC
easily.
encourages that stuff. They want
Like I
people
would
to...
easily, yeah, I would easily dish out like over $1,000 if it could like fix F-Zero's site. But the problem is the people that own the site, like they have to approve people to come in, yet because they're probably going to be looking at sensitive stuff, and that's probably why most people don't want to do anything. Like you can't give that information away essentially, so it's better to just not work on it.
Well, at that point, then you have to either decide like,
Nah,
if I'm not going to hire somebody else to do it, either I learn to do it myself or it doesn't get done.
no. I'm like, well, that's just it. It doesn't get done. Like
Well, if
I
it
don't.
doesn't get done, then
I just don't think
that's not cool.
outside influence. Just because, like, let's look at Pokemon. Like, let's say Pokemon, like, right now was like. Well, actually, no. Didn't they used to do that? They used to have Pokemon speedruns, and then they went to speedrun.com. Like, I don't know what happened if like the games just never existed on speedrun.com, but I don't know. It's almost like politics are injected into speedrunning when all we're doing is playing games and pushing buttons.
For the life of me, I will never understand what it is that MMLB has done, like what kind of private conversations they've had with SRC to make SRC bend the knee so fucking hard to them for so long. Like, at what point do you just say, bitch, this is our website, we want all the speedruns, and you can't stop us? Because the alternative to that is like so counterproductive to what your goal is as a business. Like, why would you ever let another site dictate the path that you're taking with yours? Especially when that other site views you as direct competition and would just as soon see you shut down.
I mean, I don't want to submit to two sites. I don't like doing that. If it was up to me, I would want everything on speedrun.com because that's where most communities use.
Yeah, it's more
But it's like
convenient.
right now,
It's
I
more
do
convenient to have
to-
all of your runs on one spot.
Yeah.
That would
Like I do have to think about that. It's like, oh, I'm playing a Mega Man game. I guess I got to go to this website. It's not an issue, but it's more of like I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to like over generalize it, but I feel like the majority of people actually didn't care if we could be on speedrun.com. But the only people whose opinion mattered were the ones that were vocally in power. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Because I do
there's a lot
feel
more people-
I do feel over half the community at one point wanted, like, either just didn't care or wanted on SRCOM. But the only voices that mattered, so to say, are just the ones in charge.
Most of the people who either don't care either way or do want their runs on SRC don't speak up because they see it as drama and they don't want to get involved, or because they know that if they speak up in favor of SRC, they're going to get bullied by the MMLB mods just like I did.
Yeah, speedrun's got a really garbage.
I've
Shit
had more
going
than
on.
one person tell me in private that was the exact reason why they didn't say anything. Like the most recent time that I said something, they said they didn't want to get bullied.
Yeah, I didn't care about being bullied. I think just back in the day, that's when I think I cared about people back in the day. Now it's like if I'm not, like, I have like such a small list of people that I either follow or I have on Discord, that if you're not one of those people, like, I just don't give a shit about you, or I don't go out of my way to think like that. Like, there's not many Mega Man people I even actively keep up with, like, at all. That's pretty much because I don't speedrun Mega Man games. Like, I guarantee once I start speedrunning, I'll probably exist to some people, which is kind of sad, but that's kind of how life is. Same with Yoshi's Island. You know, I used to speedrun this game, right, Peter?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I used to hold all 3 world records at one time. And the funny part is, the Warps record, despite being a faster category, I owned the record doing it without Warps. So when I ran this game, like, the category was, oh my god, it was fun back in the day, but it was just, there wasn't much competition outside of, like, Japan. Did you not watch that world record progression video for Yoshi's Island?
Nope.
Asshole, I'm in it. That's like the only mention of my name within the past, like, decade since I stopped being active speedrunning. The 100% and the warp list.
Oh, why would I watch the video for a game I never played?
Because you're speedrunning it.
Uh,
You got to know your history, man, or else you're doomed to repeat it. Did you ever hear that expression?
yeah, but that's not how it works for speedrunning.
I think it's pretty relevant. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to leaderboards, I would rather have one site, but I just don't. It's not worth the effort. I've had so many back and forths with it, and the arguments against were, like, never sufficient enough. I think it was just strictly, I don't know if it's like a money thing or a site traffic, like, numbers thing, but when you have your own site, you don't share the revenue, you don't share the value of your site probably goes up when it gets used more, right?
Yeah, you would think so, especially if you're advertising on it. If you've got
But,
ads on it, the more people see those ads, the more money you get.
And, like, I do like leaderboards. I liked it when it had forums, but they kind of took that away for some reason.
Yeah, they took away the forums, I will never understand why they think MMLB is a superior site because they keep taking away functions. They took away the forums. They took away the live stream section.
It was probably just site cost, bandwidth, something. I don't know. I'm not good with computers, but
Like, the only thing that they had
like,
that was better than speedrun.com was the ability to comment on people's runs, and SRC has that now.
I mean, I just like the layout in general. I like looking at the Mega Man leaderboards front page and seeing who's all submitting runs, but the same thing applies to SRCom. Like recently, they've added a lot of that features in. You got comments, like when I go to a game page, it'll show like the last how many submitted runs, which I like. I like seeing activity.
You know what's funny? When SRC released comments as a feature, Walrus was in the SRC Discord complaining about it, saying that it should be disabled. But MMLB has the same feature.
I would rather give the option to the runner. Like, I don't like blankets, like, where it's like, everybody could comment or nobody could comment. I don't like it. If you want somebody to be able to comment on your run, you should be able to click a checkbox that says, I would like it or I wouldn't. Because, some people are probably going to shit over some people. It's like YouTube videos, you have videos that have them enabled or disabled. It's just, you gotta give the option. I just don't like... I'm fucking American, goddammit. I like choices. I like being able to go to the supermarket and be like, do I want to buy Chips Ahoy or do I want to buy Keeblers? Like, I don't want it to be like, you shut the fuck up and you buy these grainy-ass, cheap-ass, expensive-as-fuck cookies that have no taste. Like, I want choice.
Cheap-ass, expensive-as-fuck cookies.
Yeah, cheap-ass as in, like, poorly made.
Damn.
Garbage material.
That's not the kind of cookie you want. You don't want cheap quality and expensive cost-wise.
When you have choices, you got competition. Think about it. What's it called? Mixer. Like, you remember Mixer bought big streamers over to their platform? Like Facebook. They're all spending money on these streamers.
Yeah, didn't Facebook offer the Mexican runner a big contract at one point?
Pretty sure he took it. I'm pretty sure he did. But when you start doing that, you force improvement somehow. You have to do that, and I think that's what Twitch does. They don't. It's like CS:GO. They don't get updates unless they just don't. What does CS:GO do? They don't get updates until other games start doing shit. Like when Apex started doing really well, didn't CS:GO update? It's something along that lines. No, not Apex. It was what's that game called? Search the V.
Battleball?
Valorant.
Valorant.
Yeah. When Valorant came out. Yeah, when Valorant came out, beta, people started playing it. Then basically forced CS:GO to update because it was a direct competitor. I guess that's the only way you're going to get changed. If you gotta have competition. That's why speedrunning is so optimized, and people keep pushing each other.
Damn, Crisco just banned two innocent chatters.
Those are bots?
Why?
No, they're not bots.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Those are bots?
You assumed they were just gonna spam something?
I know they're bots. You can look up bots on a website. Find out.
Is it a picture of a female asking for
Crisco's banning chatters when he bans bots.
I'm gonna look at Z-Wings speedruns right.
The viewers I get nowadays are male bots that can't talk because I think I require verified email.
What a coincidence! Z-Wings' oldest speedrun is Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
From 8 years ago.
That's not my true oldest speedrun. I don't think many people know what my true oldest speedrun is, because it's not on the list. It's actually a PB.
Assault, Sonic Riders, Star Fox 64, Naruto games, Enter the Dragonfly, Pokemon Stadium, Black Ops Zombies. What is the Crystal Bearers?
It's a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles side. It's a side series Final Fantasy series. It was on the Wii.
I'm familiar with the GameCube game, and I'm familiar with. I've heard of the one that was on WiiWare, My Life is King. Is that what it was?
That sounds familiar. There's also like Echoes of Time, I think. I don't know. It's a
Final
Crystal
Fantasy
Chronicles
Crystal
series.
Chronicles My Life as a King.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, you gotta run a Coliseum. I gotta run a Coliseum.
I used to be the record holder. Yeah, I used to hold the record for Coliseum and XD. My Coliseum run was like my weakest record I've ever owned.
By a lot of people.
Since my run, they found out how to do X item glitch.
What's the X item glitch?
So it's where you can use an X item on your partner Pokemon. So if you have Espeon and Feraligatr in party, or an Espeon and Typhlosion, you can waste Espeon's turn to bulk up your secondary Pokemon. Which is not the function of X items. X items are supposed to be used directly on the Pokemons normally being used. So instead of Espeon getting X special attack, it was Typhlosion getting X special attack, and then you still have Typhlosion's turn. So you could actually get 2 X items in one turn on one Pokemon. So you can see how broken that can be, right?
So you would do X item on Typhlosion from Espeon, X item on Typhlosion from Typhlosion, and then on the next turn, your beefy Typhlosion would just obliterate everybody.
In theory, it's based on the fights. You don't just bulk up to bulk up. Most of the time, you're strong enough to like KO a lot of things, anyways. But like you could be getting into certain fights where you need at least, you would need at least 2 independent turns of setup just to even do shit, and you can reduce that to just 1 turn. Like it's a really good technique. It really broke that game. Like, it actually made it safer, I'll say that.
I'm just now noticing that I got reverse bopped. Somebody stole last place from me 5 months ago. By a lot.
Coliseum is a hard speedrun. Like, that's probably one of the hardest speedruns I've ever done for an RPG. Like, the game is designed to be like... It is the hardest Pokemon game made. I think a lot of people can agree with you with that statement.
When I did my run of Coliseum, it was like a last-minute decision. Mike Soul was with me in chat, and we were just chilling, and he's like, Crisco, do a run of Coliseum. And for some reason, I didn't tell him no.
Yeah, why would you?
He just said, do a run of Coliseum. I was like, okay. So I spent the next 7.5 hours playing this game that I didn't know any strats for. And to his credit, he sat with me in voice chat the entire time telling me what to do to get through the game.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good speedrun. Like, it's got some skips in the game, like trainer skips. I think it's got 2 of them. It's a good speed game. I would say Coliseum is probably one of my favorite challenging speedruns. Despite its difficulty, it's really fun to play. Like, we had to figure out so much AI bullshit back in the day. Like, the only thing we knew was if you had a frail Pokemon, had like a low attack, it would have defense or special defense to shift the eyes. That was always like ever. And then we actually have formulas nowadays that tell us this guy's going to shift now. Guy is very, very predictable in Coliseum. Like, if you know you guarantee you what the opponent's going to be doing. Fun game.
Do you own the game?
Coliseum?
Yeah, you have a copy of it for GameCube.
I've had 3 copies in my life. First 2 were scratched to fuck. The third one I've had for a little bit.
Yo, what keeps happening to your games that they keep getting scratched?
It's the Coliseum disc. I've heard a lot of people that did like wearing out fast. So they must have like poorly designed it. That don't work. It's just Twisted Metal 2. That was like secondhand.
Peter, do you have a game?
The Wii.
Peter, after
Yeah.
going back to college.
No.
I'd like to do another run of Coliseum at some point, I think.
I right now I don't know what I will do, but the only game I have is it's the only game I care enough to want to speedrun again. Everything.
I didn't X3 again.
Well, you should know every year I talk on speedrun Mega Man X3 and get to it. Usually it's always followed by people not believing it, like fun.
It's trash.
Yeah, always enjoyed, saying, "Oh, he's gonna speedrun this game." Right. I love when people, oh, it's not just him, and I don't blame him because it's true. I'll say I do something, I'll try it, quit. Like I learned Digimon World 3. I learned that I had the route typed down. Just didn't work out because I mean 7 fucking hours, man, for a game that like the final boss of that game is so fucking stupid. Like you have to actually die against the final boss to beat him with the strats because of how the it's called it's called the death plug glitch. Basically, if you die when in like a bulked up state, the game like does a refreshed timer, but it also keeps your current pluses. And that final boss, like it's has really bad accuracy, like stats. You'll where the AI will, like back like several times in a row, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even on count.
What are you talking about?
Digimon World 3. Like the whole point of the game is you use your opponent's own attack against them. So when they hit you, like basically you get an item called Counter Crust. You ever hear about it?
No, I don't know anything about Digimon.
Alright. So the thing you should know about the game is that it's actually slower to run the game in Japanese, because in Japanese, Counter Crest has I think it's a 10% chance to activate on damage. And I'm talking about physical damage, not magic damage. Whereas in the English version, it happens 100% of the time. So let's say you get damage for 500 damage, right? Counter Crest act. You attack the opponent in between turn. You get your turn, but before you get an attack. The problem
from Pokemon?
It's instant buy. Think of it like counter, except it doesn't do counter do double the damage, or does it do the exact damage? Say like a turn physical, whatever damage you basically you lose some health. You have. Imagine a physical attack that does that exact amount of damage, but it also has the application of if the enemy has a chance to block it and they block it, it does nothing. So you're basically constantly healing yourself so that you can take damage to retaliate. Because normal stats in that game you just don't have enough attack power to like reasonably KO things. But your AI, the enemy though, they do so much damage. It's just worth it. But I learned that whole speedrun. I learned it from start to finish, and I did like the first 2 hours, and then I just gave up. So I have a history of trying to speedrun and not doing it.
But 2022 is the year of Z-Wing.
I don't know. It needs to be. Because like I'm getting beat by too many people on X3 that like I don't even know who they are. and they're like getting better times. Like I can understand people like Justin and Silent Wolf. Like when names like that pass me up, it's like it's okay. But when it's like some about it, it's like motherfucker. Really old.
I still do know who Silent Wolf is.
He's a he used to be a melee smasher. But he's also like a really fucking. He used to also be the record holder for Donkey Kong Country.
I don't think I've ever had any interactions with him, so I have nothing bad to say about him.
He's hilarious.
Like he came out of nowhere and like was a mod all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's done a lot of games. Like he speedruns Pokemon Stadium 2, which you probably know I've done that game and I used to hold the record. He's had so many record pace runs in that game. Never got a really good speedrunner. Like this, like he could put 3 and X3 90% if he like actually cared.
Do you not have any of your X3 SRC?
Any Mega Man towns on SRC do, then he's adding them back.
Yeah, I don't see your times on here.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
For some reason, somebody kept like mirroring my, especially X2. It's like I hate X2 time. I go through the trouble of adding my X2 time to SRC. Like I noticed that I take them off because I just don't.
Well, I mean, there's the possibility that it would have been me, but I was never a for
It's not you. I know who they were. I just don't care.
Yeah.
I would have done it. I would have done it on X3 when I was a mod.
Like I don't know. Like I'm over that. I pretty much don't communicate with people. I mean, actually, you're probably one of the first, I would say, speedrunners that I've actually communicated with.
Damn, so
recently.
me a speedrunner.
Oh, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but we're talking about Peter here. You know, Peter is a renowned 7 speedrunner.
These words.
Yeah.
My goal for to have him sweep the board.
I think he just. I just don't think he has that drive.
That's what the movie bets are for.
Yeah.
He does the drive to do it himself.
Because
I
know
have the
a lot of
drive
stuff to make Crisco
to have
watch,
him do
both
it.
good and bad.
Like, you need a better drive bribery. Like, you gotta be able to do it of his own volition.
No, he doesn't. It's working.
I need him to do Mega Man
All
X3.
All of his X7 so far have been movie.
How many world records do you have in X7?
I have 2.
And what are they?
New Game Plus for European / Japanese / Korean, and New Game Plus for US.
What the hell's the difference?
Oh, US has a slower damage table on bosses.
Oh. Wait.
For ref,
So,
Here's-
US
uh, PB on P, the one you play.
yeah.
Peter's JP D4 and his US time. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, keep in mind,
Why
US
would-
runs
why
at an
would
absolute garbage
English
voice
very
speed.
hard.
Like, you can take it down by a lot.
That is so backwards. They make the US version baby easy compared to most. Yeah, because Japanese is like the real difficulty. I don't know. If I stick around here or something, it's probably we actually talking here. 'Cause I don't care who I'm talking to. It could have been like, well, maybe there's some people I wouldn't want to talk to, but how did
Hey.
I die there?
It's quality discords using only the finest speedrunner land. Peter, back me up. I have excellent taste in people.
Yeah, you got some pretty cool people that need to get
I'm
invited.
I'm always on to talk to Z-Wing, so you're gilded up. then see us hanging out in here. Pretty much all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna promise that.
Well, it's up to you.
How bored I am. Like, I try to speed. I try to learn. I practice a lot easier if I'm just somebody, because otherwise I have the stream to motivate myself to do it, and I don't even have my coming out. Like, trying to just play DGs on Steam. Like, these fucking stuff, like, assholes know how to make money. Like, I'm not this $50 game.
Friends on Steam doing?
I don't think I'm friends with in the speedrun community.
Add me on Steam. I want to see what games.
I'm not adding anybody on Steam.
Why? What's the problem?
One, because the terms friends, it doesn't really mean anything. It just means somebody you talk, or like somebody you know. Like, I hate that term when it comes to like Discord, Twitch. It's like, they're friends. They would probably message you like more than once every 7 months, right? I mean, I can give you a list, I think, but
Link me your games.
I don't even know how to do that.
That's why I said add me as a friend, so I can just look at it.
I'm not adding you as a friend, goddammit. I wouldn't even add Peter as a friend, and he's a furry.
Like, no, I'm not a fucking furry.
You are.
Did you just have a split scroll on your stream?
Yeah, that
was
for
the fur quality.
Like, I will never do a split. I will literally never do a splits girl on my own will, or splits furry girl.
Damn right. You know how much it costs to do 25 gifted subs?
Like, let me do the math. I think 5 times 25, $125.
That means you should get a pay.
That's without tax.
Oh, damn.
No. Take 125 and divide it by 2. You're over halfway through it.
Please.
Oh, never mind. My profile's private. Never mind. One. Yep, I only have two speedrunners on my friends list, and I don't feel like adding any more.
And link me your games list.
I don't know how. So much backloggery shit. Like, I've pretty much bought every PlayStation 1 RPG that has a Steam re-release. And then a lot of fucking anime Switch. If it's a JRPG, I'm gonna buy it and play it, but I go ass, like, you know, here's an anime, and we're just gonna make it turn-based combat because you're such a stupid fuck, you'll buy the game. I've bought 2 games. I've bought so much Steam games the past month. Like, I'm stupid. So boring, Peter.
Oh, sorry.
We're over here talking and you're just ignoring us. Like,
I'm sorry, I was just focusing on the game.
Damn, Peter, why are you ignoring us?
To contribute to this conversation. Yeah, I'm really antisocial.
why are you talking to us?
I don't know.
You're not antisocial. You're just weird.
That's also true.
And there's nothing wrong with being weird. Just means you're not a how should I say it?
Peter would say
You're not a face in a crowd. Yeah, you're not a face in a crowd. Like, you know, you ever play games and you got the audience out there and they just look like they're fake? Yeah, you're not a fake bitch, that's right.
Peter, thoughts on not being a fake bitch?
That's pretty cool.
Now, you did say your sister was a furry or your brother was a furry?
No, because my sister, when she was 12, I don't even remember why, she told me she thought Simba from The Lion King was hot, and I called her a furry. I don't know if she said that.
I don't believe that, because I think once you said that, she probably would have knocked you out. So I don't think you said that.
No,
I don't even know what your sister looks like or how she acts, but I guarantee you did not say that to her face.
I'm dead serious that happened. I'm dead fucking serious.
Okay, get her on. I want to proof call you.
She's not.
You
No,
get her in
she
the
thinks
voice chat,
all
Peter's gonna
my
get banned from
speedrunning
his
vibes
stream
are
because she's gonna
weird.
call him a bunch of slurs.
No,
Oh.
we're not gonna say slurs.
That'd be weird, Peter. That's I don't need to talk to your sister. I don't. It's everybody's like watched a fucking show that has a furry animal, except Crisco apparently. You know, he's a pure Christian, I guess. Look at an animal person, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty hot.
I've never looked at an animal.
Lion King's a little different because like that's a 4 on the furry scale, which is like that's a little too far actually. Like if they weren't able to talk and have intellect, that'd be just a fucking animal. It'd just be a lion. But maybe she meant like majestic looking, regal, because he is a king. He just has that presence about him. It's also Disney. They like their stuff, I guess. I don't know. But this level you're in, this is actually a very complex level. Like, the speed run skips a lot of what you're doing, just because we're good with fluttering.
Oh,
but in general, this you have to like uncork 2 pipes just to get to the top, I believe. So it is a little complex. I've seen Trihex he's getting back into 100%. I was actually debating getting into this game around the same time, just because if he can do it, then I should be able to. But
are you better at this game than he is?
Well, he has a faster time than me, but at one point I had a faster time than him. No, I have so much confidence in my abilities. If I said I was going to do something, I could do it. Like I've done that in F-Zero. I've set a lot of world records in F-Zero for Super Nintendo.
Get a Mega Man 2 board working on SRC. Try to do that.
I just don't care about Mega Man 2. Like I just don't give a shit about any game that's not Mega Man X3. Every other game is like if I had a totem pole, like it'd be up top. There'd be nothing close to it. That's the only game I give a shit about. I just don't care. Like I respect the games enough, but X3 is like the only game that's worth watching to me. Like you don't realize, like out of all the Mega Man games, that one, your place on the leaderboard is like almost a direct correlation to your skill level. Like there's so much like RNG mitigation compared to like Storm Evil in X1, where you get a PB, he dies 5 times compared to diving 3 times. There's no skill difference between those two, but one is 5 seconds faster for no fucking reason. So when you look at a leaderboard for X3, you're looking at like, you could probably say like in order, like this person's more skillful than that, or like it's just easier to say that. Even though it has its randomness, it's like it's isolated to like only a few instances that's considered major. I played X5 and X6, so I know a lot about RNG in these games. Like X5 is just horrible.
Yeah, I love X5, but that damn Enigma. Why?
Like, actually, my PB isn't even on at Mega Man leaderboards. I have a PB that I didn't upload. I think it's like a. I think it's like a low 24. I think it had 2 deaths in it. That's why I didn't upload it.
I almost ran X5 again for a Crisco bet, but it didn't get picked. It was such an easy one. I wish it was picked.
What got picked?
Oh, remember when Curitiba knocked out X5? I was so hoping for that. That was the easiest thing ever.
Oh, isn't that why you're doing X?
Yeah, that's the reason I'm still playing X7.
I like
fucking
Curitiba.
millionth time.
Gilded Discord.
Oh, I could do X7 if you just said you're a furry, Peter.
What?
Saw me throw 25 subs at you for just using girl. You know how easy you could have gotten me to play a game by just doing a simple, innocent, non-contract binding sentence.
All you have to do is say that you're a furry, and Z-Wing will, free of charge, steal all your world records for Mega Man X7.
Dude, I'm not a
Doesn't that sound like a good deal?
So, do you not understand, how easy that is?
Trade in your dignity for your world records, Peter. That's a hell of a deal.
Do you really think I wouldn't do it? I just threw $125 fucking dollars at you. What's you saying something innocent, I don't know, I, Peter Afro, am a furry. I mean,
what
that's
he's not
just
telling you is that he has the soundboard ready, so he's just waiting to record it because he's gonna mix it into all of his bit alerts and all of his split time alerts and everything.
No nonsense. I don't care about that shit.
Anytime he gets a gold in X3 next year, you're gonna hear, "I, Peter Afro, am a furry."
No, I wouldn't use it for that. I'd probably use it for a finished run. You see what I mean, Peter? You see how easy that is? You only have to lift a finger.
Just say it, Peter. Just come out of the closet.
No, then I don't get bullied for the rest
Yeah,
of
the
the
ones that don't come out of the closet are usually the ones that's in there the deepest. Come on, Peter. You have LGBTQIA plus and bisexual in your stream title. You're very open. But why are you not being honest with yourself?
Reminder, the LGBTQIA plus tag is not completely accurate for Peter because he's not L, he's not G, he's not T, he's not Q, he's not I, he's not A, he's not plus.
Oh yeah, Christian is an idiot.
It's very arguable whether or not he's even B.
No, I mean,
if you were to ask me, I think Peter is a closeted heterosexual.
Oh, this room is ass, man. This room is actual ass. You're not struggling. You're not the first person to struggle there, man. But that room right there is why we skip. We skip that in speedruns.
Oh, based. I can't wait to learn it.
Yeah, you don't ever see people go through that room.
Peter doesn't have any anxiety over talking to boys because he's not attracted to them. Girls,
I'm not attracted to you, definitely.
Peter, you're probably one cute person. I'm sure somebody would easily want to spend an afternoon with you.
I appreciate
Z-Wing, have you ever seen a picture of Peter before?
I can imagine what he looks like.
I have a picture. I have the only known picture of Peter Afro. Do you want to see it?
It's a
would
fake
he
picture
like you to share it with me?
Here, I'll put it in the media.
Is it a true picture of you, or is it just gonna be some guy he paid to take a picture of?
It's a really weird Photoshop.
It's an actual picture though. I hope it's not what I think it is.
No, it's literally not me. It's Thunderface. That's Thunderface.
Yeah, that's not you.
That's not Thunderface.
Oh,
I had
looks
Dull
like
Boy
him.
though.
Like, that guy looks like he's 30. I'm fucking 22. I showed my face on stream when I was like 19.
Z-Wing, be honest though. When you look at that picture and you hear Peter Afro talk at the same time, doesn't it look like it fits perfectly?
Mm.
Peter, tell us about how much you love X7 while we're looking at this picture of you.
X7, okay. Now, X7,
No.
there's some dumb things,
Like-
but it's mostly a great game. The movement is bright, does a great job of incorporating 3D, something the series needs to try again. They have some great weapons. Zero's tunneling technique is awesome.
When I think of how your voice is, I think of like this is how I imagine what you look. So correct me if I'm wrong. You have greasy ass black hair. You look like a skater and probably a twink. Like that's
And probably
you
a
put
what?
those three together. And that's a twink.
Two out of three.
I used
Two
to
out of
actually be
three.
giant
What I
twinkies,
imagine
not gonna
you
lie.
as.
And then I got
So
fat.
You have a-
that the picture
have a
that I
shirt-
shared with you, the picture that I shared with you is a meme, but I have legitimately seen what Peter looks like because he did a webcam stream on Stream Me once,
Yeah.
and I was awake for it. So 2 out of 3. You got 2 out of 3 on those guesses.
So was it the black hair and twink?
Yes.
So he's not okay. Well, the skater one I was kind of pairing with the slick black hair.
Yeah,
I just figured you'd be
only
like.
skate- I
you'd be
only
skinny.
skate when I play backyard
Um,
skateboarding.
I'm just saying you'd be like skinny, probably have piercings in your lip.
No, I don't have any piercings.
He looks like
You're pure. Okay.
I once told
I mean,
him that
that's
he
pretty
looks like
close. I mean,
a young Frankie Valli. He's
I
a
mean, I'm
Jersey
pretty
boy.
close. Yeah. The skater thing, like, I don't know why. It's like, I just felt like you had that body type, you know, like, really tight jeans. Like, do
No, I
you
hate
wear
tight
super,
jeans.
super skinny jeans?
No, I do not. I hate skinny jeans.
Good. I used to go to school with a guy that wears skinny jeans. I was like, how do you fit in? Like, it's like his ass was the size. Like those jeans, how do people fit in them? But that's still good. You can be proud of that, Peter. I'm sure a lot of people like that. You know, there's somebody out there for you.
And his name is
Somebody appreciates in your Mega Man endeavors. Imagine that, like, you have everything going. Someone has a checklist of, like, life partner qualities, and you fit everything except that one negative, which is, like, likes Mega Man X7. Like, you can be, like, husband material, just likes Mega Man X7, they just shut the door on you, kick you out.
What if the one negative was that he doesn't have all of the world records for X7?
No one does. That's another petty
That would
bitch.
be horrible. Like, you imagine how much of a, that's a massive standard right there.
Like,
Peter could
Crisco
do it.
thinks I should get
Like,
all
I can
the
imagine, like,
X7 world records.
has to speed run. That's one thing, but it's like has to have the world records. Like, that's a hell of a standard to go by.
Yeah, there's freaking 6 world records to get in X7.
I don't know why you'd
Yo.
want to compete in them. If like if the damage tables are that different, wouldn't you just want to do the one that's like?
Oh no,
Like,
so they used to not be split, but then some people asked for to be split. Like, I know, I think Orsa brought it up, and like Cyber wanted it. And then that's I really think.
If you get
I mean-
the world record for 100%, you can accurately say that you have most of the world records in Mega Man X7.
Well,
Is
that'd
most
be half,
3?
That's not most. But,
Yeah. Yeah, because there's 5. Well, there's 5 categories.
no.
Oh, that's not true. Oh, if there's 5 categories, yes, but if there's 6 categories, you can't say most.
yeah,
well,
there's
because someone else
there's
could have
6 on SRC.
You can't have 2 people. Yeah, you can't have
Oh,
2
you know
people.
what?
with-
You're right. I forgot that 100% is also broken up into US versus JP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone actually did a run on US 100%. Like, yikes! Why would you ever run that? The category
Yeah, nobody's
is
running
garbage.
yet though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to start practicing extra if I'm gonna be in these voice calls because I don't want to just be in here because we're friends. Because you know we're not ever. I'm not
You
gonna
don't
be
have
friends
to
with
worry about
anybody. Like I don't mind talking to people. It's just I just don't like the terms friends because like It's just a stupid word. It's not real.
Just pick a different label then.
Yeah.
Acquaintances? Do you like acquaintances?
Fuck buddies, maybe.
We're not fuck buddies.
Oh god, no, you're both too old for me. Especially.
Well, that's ignorant. That's ignorant.
How's that ignorant?
We could be like loaded. We could be millionaires. You're telling us you won't suck it for a few $1 million? I would.
Think of all the copies of X7 you could buy, Peter.
Why?
Think of all the
I'm not
original,
fucking Demon
box,
who collects like
box
every single copy of X6.
copies I could get a Mega Man X3. You know how much money those go for?
Oh my god.
$100. Actually,
you know
I've
how much
seen
money Jewel Boy is going for right now?
whatever you want. Those things are so hard to find. I actually saw one about a year ago, and I think a guy had it and he sold it for like $350.
A dude is selling a Virtual Boy and 14 games as a bundle on eBay for $1,000.
No way. How
I
did
think
you even
the
get all
14
that?
games. I think the 14 games is like every game for the Virtual Boy. I don't think there's a lot.
No, they didn't make many. I've got all the games I'd ever want. Like, I just buy shit on sale for Steam, and I hope I get to them one day.
Until Capcom comes out with Mega Man X3 2, Z-Wing is all done buying games.
No. You can't make a sequel to perfection. No, I can't say that because I can acknowledge the flaws in one of my favorite games.
That's how
If
Mega
you-
Man X3 came to be in the first place. They made a sequel to perfection.
Yeah, if you like, I seriously think if you take the dashing in X2 and put it in X3, that game's just amazing.
X3
Because
would
there
be
is something-
okay.
there
It would
is
be a lot
something
better if
wrong.
it wasn't for the input eating.
Yeah, I mean that is true. Like I know people complain about it. It's like it is true. Like the X2 thing, like it was probably the smoothest dashing controls ever. And then you get to X3 and you have to like, for some reason they changed like priority. I don't know why. It's bad.
Yeah, for me personally, X1 and X2 feel exactly the same, and X3 feels different than the two. I don't know why. I don't know how to
No,
look that up.
all three feel different. But yeah, you're not wrong. I do is just yeah.
It's awesome. I love X2.
Yeah.
Who's playing the PS1X game?
That's how my mic works. It takes the audio from my ear when I click on stuff. Just trying to look at videos.
Are you playing X4? Is that what that noise is from?
Somebody's video of X4 that popped up.
It was X4. Hey.
It was it. It's a good game. I just don't.
I think X4 is going to be a
want it.
2022 speed goal for Chris
Actually,
Noel.
I can't say that
I don't
because I've
have
actually
any.
done.
Dude,
think I've
you
done a
should
speedrun of
run
it.
Ultimate Armor.
0,
Ultimate Armor
4%.
X4. Caleb Hart went to my stream while I was playing X4.
I don't have
Did he,
any
like,
X.
make
I
fun
don't
of
have
you?
any X Legacy Collection runs of X4 yet, so I think I'm going to do that next year. Maybe, possibly after I get done with Ocarina of Time.
I've done a run of 0 for X4 100%. I'm pretty sure I got like probably a shit time. I think it was either 47 or 49. It was shit though. That's like one of the games I have a PB for that is not like it doesn't exist because I don't have a video. It's one of only a couple games I've done that for. So, like, are you actually planning on speedrunning this game?
Yeah, it's part of the it's
Like-
Crisco bet. I have to run it.
Like, you understand that, like, 3 hours and, like, what is it, 350?
No, 341.
The only warps you would want to do is 2-1, 2-4, and 4-7. I think those are the only 3 levels you would want to do warps for. Because the warps for 1-4 is a little complicated if you're new, and the warp for 5-4 is stupid difficult. You probably don't know what they are, but if you look up the warps for this game, like, those 3 I told you to do are like the easiest. And you'll get that time. I mean, I don't know what Dylan, if he did it in like a blind race, but
Nah,
350 is like, you're gonna,
yeah.
I would hope
The only
you
reason
can beat
Chris
that.
still wanted me to do it is because apparently, like, he hates Delm. So he likes to pick people.
I think I know who Dylan is. I think he was like one of the Lufia guys.
Yeah, I blocked that guy a long time ago. I don't even remember what I just did. But,
He probably grew up, Peter.
Yeah, I know he was in
I don't
the
block
Disco Ball fan
I don't
club.
block anybody. At least I used to. I think the only people I ever blocked were Cyber. Speedrunner, formerly known as Cyber Demon 531.
Reminder, Cyber blocked me. It was a sad day.
It's because you're white.
But she's white. That makes no sense.
That's how the world works, Peter.
Oh, fuck. Whoa! Thank you, Thermal Square, for the raid! Wait, it's not my
It's your birthday, Peter? Holy shit. Why didn't you tell me Crisco was his birthday?
It's not my birthday. It's just a meme. They probably know it's a meme. Welcome, first-time chatters. Yeah, in case you actually thought it was my birthday, no, it's just a really old meme that people love to spew for some reason. They go, "Happy birthday, Peter Afro!" It's been going on for 6 years. I'm not even kidding. I don't know how people still think it's the funniest thing ever. Not even kidding. My younger sister wants. Nope. Yeah, thank you, Thermal Square, for the raid. I'm currently in the voice call with the Yuki Getsuni and Chris Go Wild while I do a blind playthrough of this game. I'm gonna speedrun this game as soon as I finish it, which is pretty soon, because I'm near the end of this game. Damn, we only got 3 more levels left. Oh my god, another maze. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. Looking forward to speedrunning it. Actually, wait, what am I doing? There we go. Whew. It's game over, Super Mario World. Ah, fuck! No! Yes! No! Oh, damn it. I hate how it has the level intro again. You have to start out from the beginning. You're just continuing. Or just... I hope you can't hear my roommate's loud music.
Peter Afro, you got a raid.
Yeah, big one from Thermal Square. Say hi to the raiders.
Alright, I officially said hi to all of the raiders.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wild. Oh, fuck. Oh my. Oh, oh my. How do you do this part? Oh, I should have realized this from the beginning.
Peter Afro, would you say that this is the best game you've played all day?
That's Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is the best game I played all day. The weight's a maze. That's why it's confusing. I have really no idea what Fuck. Oh damn, thanks. I got a follow, not bad. I hate this game so much.
Good level.
Peter, have you watched him run?
A run of this? No. I'm trying to keep avoiding spoilers.
For this game aren't that bad. Like, it's pretty straightforward how to speedrun this game. It's just really, like, it's specific to have, like, crazy tricks sometimes, some skips. But it's just good movement. You can save a lot of time over the course of 2 hours if you just save tents everywhere. The record for this game is crazy. 100% in.
But yeah, it seems pretty nuts. Thankfully,
yeah, this game's always been
that's
competitive.
going after it.
Like, there's just not a lot of activity in recent years for this game. It's just the only activity is like top players. I noticed a little problem in your points, your channel points things over there, Peter.
What is it?
Now it says for 2000, it says pick live split background.
Yeah. And the points change the live split background.
Doesn't specify like what you can't put there.
Alright, I thought put no Nazi for work.
But also it doesn't say not.
Well, obviously he's okay with furry. He used your picture from earlier.
Hey, I didn't even give him that picture. He found that himself.
Yeah, he
Took it
told
out
me
of
to
the
look up
folder
a
in his
furry
desktop.
picture myself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I told him he had to. Like, that was part of the deal. He had to look it up himself.
And
Oh wait,
picked
you say
furry
it's
artwork by
inappropriate
Peter
online,
Afro.
is it?
That was a.
You know what you should be doing? 10,000.
Yeah.
Have a you a furry.
I would probably just draw like a little cat. Be like, do that. guys.
They would be. Peter puts
No.
minimal amount of effort in pictures.
Oh yeah,
You get him-
yeah. Look at my crystal snail picture. It's so good. Wait. I gotta show you my crystal snail picture is an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah, I saw. I actually that was the first thing that came to my mind. It came to mind was that it was crystal snail.
Draw a snail.
So it's not bad. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. It's at least it's the mark. Pretty good snail.
Cookie. It's a cookie
Cookie
Look
with
at
gum.
with a wad
Got
of
it.
gum attached to it.
No, that's crystal snail. Like that's the only thing that went through my mind when I saw that.
It's a cookie snail.
Oh, that could be a Maverick in your fan game.
Cookie snail?
Cookie snail.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nope, I have 6,000 points saved up, so that's He did say no Nazi pictures, right?
Yeah, no not safe for work.
What about furry Nazis?
Well, it's still not safe for work, so obviously no.
But it's not NSFW.
It's still NSFW. Oh.
I wouldn't give you any of those pictures. I would. You know what? I don't know what I would do. Because I'd be able to choose the picture. It would have to be safe. But I'd have to give some, you know, it has to be something that's at least creative and not just your typical crystal from Star Fox. I'd have to think about that. I'd probably do a Stolfo. That's usually my go-to. You know who that is, Peter Afro?
Who?
Astolfo.
Oh, the pink hair femboy? Yeah.
Is that you like that? Like femboys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, brother. What about you, Crisco? Fan of femboys?
No, he's not.
I was asking him.
Trust me, I already know the answer.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Not even if you're on a deserted island. Haven't seen a female in a year.
Would I be a fan of femboys if I haven't seen a female in a year?
Yeah.
No, I would not.
Damn. I don't know. I mean, a year without female contact and see some feminine-looking person with pink hair and cute smile. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe you there.
Oh.
I never watched that anime. I just know the character.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's from. It's a
From
name,
Fate.
actually.
It's like Fate something, which
Fate
It's-
Go?
I don't know what the fuck this show's about. It's some kind of it's just got a lot of historical names in it. You know how anime is. If it's a historical figure, there's a female of it. You know, it's a anime girl of it. Doesn't matter if it's even if it's a guy. I might have to do that. I need to start researching some furry femboys. Definitely not the bunny boys though, because I'm not too much of a fan of them. Damn, we're getting spiked.
Oh.
Yeah, you picked a good game. Like, I mean, the goal time is going to be like, I would be disappointed if you didn't beat that time, like, first try by an hour. Like, I would be man, because you have to try the 4-hour speed for this. Like, Yeah, I think
I literally
Sorry,
picked this
you-
out just because I knew it was stupidly easy.
yeah, it's not a challenge. You know the joke. Wow.
Yeah, and Chris is gonna be so mad. It's like, I made you pick an easy goal for like fucking Karen.
I don't know any of those movies except Shrek. That's the only movie I know.
Oh damn, there's some good stuff. Old Boy Sitting God in Good Time, highly recommend.
I don't know old songs. I just don't know old movies.
Reminder: if Peter Afro doesn't successfully get this leaderboard made, Shrek goes on a year cooldown. We will not be watching Shrek for
Yep.
all of 2022.
You picked a tough goal there. Like, you should not
I
expect
didn't-
any Mega Man games to be on
I didn't
there.
think it was gonna be tough because he's gotten other games before. It's just for some reason they don't want to cooperate with him on this one. I don't know why.
I have been so out of Mega Man. Like, if I actually no, I last speedran it. I think last year. I'm pretty sure I speedran Mega Man X5 last year, but I didn't want to. It was just for a relay that I didn't get to participate in. Because I said something stupid on Twitter 2 years before that.
What'd you say on Twitter?
Called you a fag.
Me?
Remember that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the context was.
Whoa,
But it was like-
stream.
it was
Oh
like-
no, I'm gonna get cancelled.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to.
I'm just
report
saying what the context of the tweet was, and that was what happened. But that was back when I was like really dumb, and I think I learned from it.
If you called me that today, you would get modded for every game on MMLB.
Well, I don't want that responsibility. Like I have a hard enough time having that responsibility for the 2 games I use right now, which is Secret of the Stars and Pokemon Stadium 2. I
You
gave
get
up
so
mods
many-
for every game. But yeah,
You
that,
get
I'm
so
pretty
many
sure I remember.
viewers by saying that shit about me.
Why would I
so
do
many
that
new-
though?
So many new followers and viewers
Why would I do that though?
for that reason. That
I don't have the tweets, but I do remember. I'm pretty sure. I forget what it was about, but I just remember just subtweeting. It was more of like. It was more of like. It wasn't really saying it. It was like. I
don't
just
know if
forget.
I ever saw that tweet.
I don't remember. I just remember. I just remember it. It was like a subtweet. No, it was a tweet that was replied to another tweet. I just forget. But like I don't think. I mean that was just like. I wonder if it was like irony or edgy humor. I don't know. I don't really care either way.
Imagine calling Crisco Wild the F slur.
I mean I'm talking to you. It's not like I like think that. Like there's I mean the only person I think Cyber's like the only person I would ever refuse to talk to ever. Out of any person I've ever talked to before. Like everybody else is mild in comparison. Like I don't know. I'm just not gonna let people tell me what not to do because they don't talk to me anyways, so why should I care what they think? Said you won't get canceled, Peter.
Yeah, no one's gonna
Okay.
watch this anyway. Like, I'll highlight
No,
it
you
and
got-
put it on YouTube, but no one's gonna watch it.
No, there's a difference between like aggressively saying it to somebody or just using it to explain context.
Yeah, it's not
Because
like,
what the hell is calling you a cigarette going to do to anybody? Still can't believe they call cigarettes that in Britain. Like, who is crazy enough to put that in like their language? It's like it's just a prank that never stopped.
check the buttons from the video.
I'm pretty sure that was like 20 or 2018. Like it's too long. I tried to come back last year, but it's like nobody wanted to talk to me, so it was like the only people that even used my interactions on Twitter was like Japanese F-Zero speedrunners. You know, people that can't even communicate.
Are you not popular amongst the Mega Man populace these days?
Why would I be popular amongst anybody
Why wouldn't
at
you?
all? Because I don't speedrun consistently
did.
enough. Yeah. You don't keep popularity if you stop doing shit.
If the shit is something that people liked, then yeah, you do.
But what's there to offer? The only way people was ever going to notice.
When's the last time Hetfield 90 got a PB in Mega Man X? What, like 7 years
I
ago?
don't know. I don't know. And I
People
don't
still like
know.
him.
Well, that's because he got a good time in a popular game.
You have good times in popular games.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you have a great time in X3.
No, I don't. A great time in X3 is a 39. A 40 is no longer a great time. Like, you just, I don't know, it's like, I've never been able to sustain popularity. Like, even at my peak. Like, I mean, if I would have kept going at my peak, I probably would have been pretty well off, but, you know, you have to be able to make more than a bare minimum amongst Twitch subscribers to even do it full time. Otherwise, you may as well just work a 40-hour job. And at least you'll have, like, easy stuff to declare for taxes. You know how hard it is to make minimum wage Twitch streaming?
Really hard.
Yeah.
$7.25 an hour. 25 multiplied up by 1080. Wait, 2080. How many fucking hours? What is 52 weeks at 40 hours is 2080. Yes, so that's 2080 by 7.25. That's your minimum wage salary over a year. You have to be able to make that off Twitch subscribers alone. You add a little factoring in and donations and ad revenue, but I'm talking like strictly like on paper revenue. You don't consider donations at all. And I think I averaged it out to be like I'd have to make $300 a week, which is $1,200 a month. 1,200 divided by 5. I think it was like over 100 subs you had to have just to make wage in the US. Yeah, that's roughly it. So about 100 subs. And you have to hold that consistency. That's not easy. So if you stream for money, it's hard. What are you trying to do, Steve?
I don't know. I was just looking up the world record because I have no idea.
You know that I used to hold the record game. You could have easily said, "Hey, Zooey, what do I do here?" Because this goes.
I was trying not to bother
You know
y'all
how
in your
easy
conversation.
it is for me to give you like advice. Like the first thing you need to stop doing is stop running when you spit. The second thing is you need to hit up. You need to hit him in an arc, otherwise he's not going to come back. So you need to not be running, and you need to be pointing upward when you spit the ghost, and then he'll do that. I don't know if he has to hit a wall though to reset him, but yeah. My time's not good in this game anymore, but it was still the record at the time.
Z-Wing, what would you say is your best speed run?
Are we talking about RTAs or are we talking about time attack?
talking about RTA. I don't care about IGT.
Oh, fucker. I only care about IGT because you don't have to worry about loading time advantages or who has the better hardware. Everybody's equal in terms of IGT. That reminds me, how does IGT work in X7?
I have no idea.
Is it like
IGT completely irrelevant in X7?
Why is it relevant?
I don't think anybody actually tracks.
Does IGT like? Does it not count loading? Like, what does IGT do that makes it not worth it?
Apparently, if I remember correctly, it actually works differently between Korea and PS2, but we don't play Korea anymore, so that doesn't matter. I really don't know how that works.
Cause like, don't you guys have it on the PC version? Like, couldn't you just use that as a metric instead of who has the better hard drive or computer?
No, because you play on Legacy Collection, and Legacy Collection loads are the same on every PC, I think.
Alright. Okay, to answer your question, you said what the best speedrun I've ever done?
Yeah, what do you think is your best speedrun?
Oh, shit.
Question goes to you too, Peter.
My best speedrun is, let me think. Let me look at my words real quick. Definitely were.
I mean, it's hard for me to give that answer. Because, like, none of my speedruns were good. At all. Like, whenever you watch my old speedruns, it's like, it wasn't that good. And I can't give you Pokemon Stadiums because they're just, you just look at the route and do it. Like, there's nothing bad, you know, there's nothing crazy hard about it. You just do the game, it's knowledge. I mean, from X3, any percent is probably my best run. Because of my 100% X3, I know for a fact I could my time. Like, I could have gotten a 46:15 back when I set my time. So I was still 40 seconds behind the time I projected I could have gotten. So 100 hit then. My Yoshi's time percent has a definite, but it has no bonuses. And my Worthless time, there was nothing special at all about it. Like, it was just a run. There was nothing special at all about my Worthless BB. So yeah, I would probably say my best speedrun is also the speedrun I intend to beat next. So extra 90%. I just can't look at these other games and be like, the amount of effort I put into them, just nowhere close to X3.
I say my best speedrun is Mega Man square root of -1 any percent. That run is literally unbeatable. Not kidding.
So it's imaginary. It's like, never mind, I shouldn't be selling jokes, I'm a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, it's a fan game. You can beat in like 2.5 minutes. It's really epic.
Yeah, but square root of -1 is imaginary.
Yeah, that's
Peter Afro's best run.
Number.
It's a big meme game. Like, the game itself is a myth. It's a meme. It has freaking Thomas the Tank Engine as a boss. Like, holy cannoli.
Mega Man X7 any percent new game plus US.
No. I said square root of -1.
I'm saying, in my opinion, this is your best run. You got world record by 1 second. I think that's great.
Game plus. Do you just use X?
You use some 0 too.
But
And Z-Wing's best, in my opinion. Secret of the Star record, because I think it's his own record.
Yeah, but it's better. It's not
The best-
optimized at all.
It's the best run of that game that's ever been done in history.
Yeah, because I created the current route. Well, I say I created it. Most of it was done back in 2018. But I added a super aggressive end game.
On Discord.
Like, would have died to pull off what I did at the end. And the game's still unoptimized. We don't know a lot about the game. Like, just if you just watch the run, there's nothing special about it. It just hasn't been done enough to justify, like, Final Fantasy level optimization. I do. It's a pretty fun game. You should try it. I don't know. You probably wouldn't, but Secret of the Stars is like, it's a weird game.
If I was ever gonna run a game like this, and this is just based on me watching the first like 30 seconds of your run. If I was gonna run anything like that, it would be Dragon Quest XI in 2D mode.
Yeah, that sounds. Well, that's a standard RPG that you're doing. The whole point, the reason. So, Secret of the Stars, if you've ever played it casually, there's guides out there that tell you what level you need to be at to fight enemies, because the whole. I'll say it like this: melee weapons don't do shit after like. They're just kind of pointless after the first hour of the game. Like casually, like they just drop off hard. Because magic does, like, nothing in the game can resist magic that much. So it always does a set amount of damage within, like, a certain range.
Oh, actually,
So really, yeah.
I forgot for a moment. I've actually done a speed run of an RPG recently, like within the past week or so.
Okay.
Here, I'll show you. You can tell me what you think of it.
Alright. I don't know why it's a PM it, but.
Where would you prefer me to send this link?
I don't know, in the media. Let's see, is that minutes?
3 minutes? Where?
Is that how long this speedrun is?
No.
3
No,
hours?
I finished this game in 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 30 seconds. It's my current PB. It's
Oh,
really good
I'm looking at this. What the hell is this game? Is this like a RPG Maker?
It's an RPG, but it's not from the RPG Maker.
A system?
I played it on the Switch, but I think it's also on a bunch of other newer.
Oh, so it's a current game.
I paid $1 for this on the eShop.
Yeah, it's an RPG. I'd pay $1 for this. I'll pay it. Tell you what, I'd pay $1 for just about any RPG.
I don't.
Like it's, you get your money's worth.
I don't think the sale is still ongoing. But
Probably not.
buy it on Steam.
About every Final Fantasy for the most part. About all the Saga games. About all the Tales games. Yeah, this is good. It's just hard for me to want to speed.
Where is the price for this game? This was August of 2018.
Oh, I've always wanted to speedrun a main series Final Fantasy. Every time I look at them, it's like you gotta even if this and know the seed for that. And it's
Oh,
like,
no, look it up first.
yeah. You're almost done with the. You just got the final great Yoshi.
Yeah. And then we're finally done with Yoshi's Island, and then I gotta learn the speed run, and then we're gonna bop down.
I mean, it's a very fun speed run. You know, this is also a game I'm considering coming back to, but
Yeah,
the time investment for
I'm
this
probably
is
just
so
gonna bop down and then never play this game ever again, TBH.
so
Cosmic
fun.
Star Heroine is $15 on Steam right now. So I got a great deal on it. When I
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for $15 it's still worth it. It is. You see, this game's gotten broken over the years, so it's your basic like category is worthless. You know, it's an hour 40. 100% is 2 hours and 20. And then you have these other categories, which is broken mess for under an hour. So you can really speedrun this game based on like how much time you have.
Yeah, if I were to take this game seriously, I'd probably learn one of the shorter categories, not these like.
Nah, it would be too like the shorter categories aren't just short; they're complicated.
Well,
Like I can't even
I can
explain
complicated,
to
but
you.
you know, I don't
I can't even explain the glitch to you what you have to do. Like it's too complicated.
I'm willing to.
But it's funny as hell to watch. Like it's absolutely funny to watch like what they do in the categories. And if you're a fan of left right, you could do like the actual like credits. You can do like I don't even know how to describe it. Like there's a category where you go from 1-1 to 6-8 because of a left right.
Wait, how do you? Wait, isn't left right banned?
Well, if the category allows it.
What? That's fucking epic.
What does that even
Well,
mean? What is left, right?
You know how on
I
the
mean-
Super Nintendo you can't press left and right at the same time?
Because they would try to press both buttons down. D-pad doesn't go that way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously left right's banned, just like turbo banned. Like, if the categories, the only way the category can even exist is if you do left and do it. Not a deal. It's just hilarious. You get 66 coins in level 1, and I think you do something dumb, and all of a sudden you're in the final cat now. In like 5. Lots of this game. Lots of. I don't know. I need to start practicing X3 if I'm going to be in these calls. It'll give me some motivation.
Why don't you start practicing right now? You could stream it in Gilded, and we could watch
No,
it.
I'm not. No, I don't have my stream shit. I don't like streaming practice.
What are you gonna play it on? SNES? Emulator? X Collection?
I'm offended that you're even asking this.
Nah, Zero
I've
doesn't
played
play
I've played X Collection. That was my first experience with X3. I've played on X Collection. Horrible port. Absolute dog shit.
Yeah, that PS1 music is like, is so bad.
No, I play on.
Why do they put it on the collection? It's like legitimately awful.
Oh, I'd rather have old games. Like, I like how old games are getting collections. Like they're bundling all these old games together and just re-releasing them, remastering them. I like it. You know, if somebody wanted to play Mega Man X3, like maybe it's a 10-year-old, right? Well, what does a 10-year-old have access right now? A Switch and maybe a Wii U, you know, if they play Nintendo, or a PS4 to PS5, right? They're like, you can't play. You know, Super Nintendo is like way out of their. Too hard to introduce like kids to older consoles because all they've known is the current shit. If you them play the old on their current, seems like a.
Seems like fun to me.
And even if it's for someone that you just want to play the game on your computer and you don't feel like hooking up your Super Nintendo, well, the option's there, even though it's the worst option, but it exists. Like Zero Collection. I love Zero Collection. Like playing games.
Viewing the fact that I had a leaderboard made on an SRC for Mega Man Zero ZX Collection for like a day, and then the Cabal conspired to have it destroyed.
Don't know. I've only ever played it for Z Chaser. Which I actually set like 1, 2, 3.
ZX is a really fun speedrun, same as ZX7.
I was considering speedrunning ZX just because it uses in-game time, and like I have it on the computer. But like, I don't think I can remember all this shit you have to do. You know, all that weapon management.
Yeah. Well, just
Not good. Good if I wanted to.
Easy mode to like a milky female.
Easy mode? Isn't that children's difficulty?
Yep.
One of my favorite pictures of is that Toho?
I was a minor when I was speedrunning, so I guess that makes it cool.
Love that. I love that picture.
Oh yeah, I love that picture too.
From what?
I just said I love that picture too.
Yeah. It's got like a rabbit girl and a wolf girl together. Yeah, good picture. Pretty sure it does. Nope. Nope, my goal was to get back into that game. Maybe it gives me confidence, and then, you know, since Peter Afro admitted to being a furry, I guess I have to do X7 now.
Peter Afro admitted to being a furry finally?
Yeah, that's why I have to do X7.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
No, I did not admit to being a furry, sorry.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, I can edit that not out. We got you at least saying 99% of that sentence. We just gotta change your voice up a little bit, reflex it. You know, you could just say like, "Stop making that fucking joke," because I'm sick of hearing. You could just say that, and like I would stop, right?
Yeah.
Like if it really that much, you could just actually say, "I would really prefer if you wouldn't say furry."
Yeah, I would prefer if the joke ends because it's really annoying and stupid.
You know what's a really stupid joke, Peter Afro?
What?
Greatest amigo you can have.
Wait, what did you say?
That's the stupidest joke.
Wait, what's the stupidest joke?
Greatest amigo you can have.
Now that joke is fucking hilarious.
Now, with that being said, I'm still gonna do my best to make you post furry art on your stream, but I will at least stop at the
To
joke.
expose him as a furry.
Like you have to have like a furry tax on your stream. Like you're gonna have to be like 2K channel points for picture, and then it's like 2,500 for if it's furry related. Like you'd have to do something. Or shit, you can even be like give money at you to put pictures on your stream.
Damn, maybe I should do that.
And you can make good, you know, speedrun requests.
I'm no furry. Absolutely
Oh,
sell out to the furry.
You cannot say that. You cannot say I'm not a furry, but you can.
I'll sell out to you. You
No.
send your furries my way.
You cannot say that. That's how everybody starts.
Oh damn! Damn, my suspicions are finally proven true. Crisco is a furry.
Yep. I guess that's
No, I'm
like
not. I'm not a furry.
what you just said.
I am not a furry. Not even close.
And also, what I was talking about earlier, there's like several subgenres of furry. When people just say furry, they don't just mean fucking fur. Like fucking baby Bowser here is considered furry. He's more like the reptilian. Reptiles, so that'd be scalies. You've got like sharks, dolphins, fish, got insects. I don't know, just if it's animal or like, it can be a fucking planet for all people care. Like, they'll find a way. My God, you're really giving it to him, Peter.
Wait,
If you
what's clear how to beat this
Speedrun,
guy?
like they really go in on Baby Bowser, but you just took it to another level there. I rarely see people ever casual in this game. It's interesting to see your thought process there, where you just wailed him in the ass with your eggs.
I mean, that's what you have to do for a majority of the balls now, so... You
Yeah,
blame me?
but you... Oof. Uh-oh. Nope. We'll see. I would like to speed X7 and X8 a bit. That way I can at least do X8. I can at least... Because I do have a speed run for X4. I just don't have video. But I did do it with witnesses.
I'm about to get roasted by Baby Bowser. Oh my god, how high did he hit? That still didn't hit? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this fight's got some interesting...
Oh my god, shots.
Protection am I right, boys? So, you mean, what's your opinion on my yearly audit of the Mega Man games that I occasionally do?
Is that where you like post the discrepancies between what's on MMLB and what's on SRPOM?
Yeah.
Or...
Kind of like that, yeah. What I've got planned for this year is I'm going to list all of the runs that came in this year, as well as who verified it, who submitted it, and I'm going to total all of those things up, and I'm going to see which moderators are doing their jobs and which moderators are not doing their jobs.
Yeah, I used to be a trusted user on the site, because I guess I used to be a mod for X Collection for some fucking reason. And I just told him to remove me, because I don't know why I was even in that role. That might have been when I speedran Mega Man X6. And they just gave it to me for some reason. So now that they took it away, I can't even verify runs. Like I used to be able to verify runs just to do it, but when I told them
to verify runs?
fuck no, I can't even. I don't have motivation to even get up in the day. I'd rather just sleep 3 days in a row. I'm just so fucking tired. I don't think I'd be able to do it watching people speed runs. And when I did verify, I only verified X3. You know, it's the only game that deserves my attention. I mean, you do what you want to do, but like, how can I say this? No matter how shit they do, like the only people that can hold themselves accountable is like being outrageously shitty. But like most leaderboards, they'll have people, they'll moderate it at people, and or the boy, you know. I don't know, you can do what you want. You having a list, you know, these people don't do shit. It's not really gonna do anything.
Maybe, maybe not.
I mean, maybe, you know, maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe there's people that I'm like, we got this guy as a moderator to go to help us out, and he hasn't done shit for us. You know, a reasonable person would be like, for one, if you don't verify runs, what are you doing? I'm pretty sure in my time on SRCom, I've removed several inactive moderators for games I moderate. Like, they don't show up on the site, and I'm the only one doing the shit. So I don't even tell them I'm doing it, I just demod them. Like, I don't really fuck around when it comes to that. I'm accountable, but you accountable. I don't know, maybe you'll
Accountable for anything?
I don't know, it's like you can do what you want to do, but maybe it would be an interesting statistic to see who's like the most active and who's just there to be a name with a sword next to him, you know.
There's quite a few.
But I just don't. As long as the runs get verified, most people don't care. I don't know. I just don't care. I'm so like uncaring about everything. I'm just not invested in the hobby like I used to be. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I'm watching Twitter after
in any part of the hobby. It's definitely not the drama part.
I've never seen somebody do this boss fight casual. I've never seen this, okay? And it's exactly what people would say. Like, this was a... Like, it's a good fight. It's a hype fight, but the aiming that you have to do is like... It's probably the weakest part of this game, is the actual mechanics of this boss fight.
I have no idea how to aim properly. Like,
aim for his eye. See his eyes? Put that cursor on the eyes. You know how trajectories work, right?
I don't shoot guns or stuff like that.
You do know that gravity pulls things down, right?
I know how gravity works. I passed the 5th grade.
Just the 5th grade?
There is education stop.
Wait, that didn't work? What the fuck?
But just in general, for this fight, like, I mean, that's only a general idea. Like, what you could do is wait and then smack him in the nose. Because otherwise you have Like, I'm pretty sure when I do this fight, I probably miss 2 times. But yeah, you do what you want to do, man. Otherwise, I just don't care.
I still care.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't care as I don't care what you do. It's more of like I just don't have an investment. Like, it'd be different if, like, you know, I'm in a community, I'm playing a game. My runs don't get runs get verified once every like month, even though I PB like 10 times. Maybe that would be kind of shit.
Oh, damn it. I think I should probably make a save state.
Don't you dare!
Dude, Crisco, do
Don't
you remember
you
when I was
dare.
save stating like crazy in Mario 2?
Don't you dare make a save state. You know, I don't know how games were when you grew up, Peter, but back in my day, you got punished for being bad. Like, you wanted to beat a level, but you kept dying. You started learning from your failures that this is what you get for being bad. Stop being bad. You know, you wanted to succeed and overcome that obstacle.
Stop being bad, Peter. You fucking trash can.
Like, god damn it, man.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Cut it out.
No, this fight just... The perspective is so off that, like, even a tiny deviation in your aim will cause you to... I've lost all respect for you. I got...
You should have seen my my Super Mario Bros. 2 playthrough. I was save stating like nuts. Crisco can confirm.
Come on, man.
I'm the Peter cheater for crying out loud.
Peter beater?
Yeah, you don't know how there was like 4 parody
There-
accounts
there-
made to make me
Did you
look
say-
like a cheater? I'm not even kidding.
You say Peter beater or
No,
Peter
the Peter
cheater?
cheater. There's also the
Okay, I heard Peter beater. I was like, that's not new though.
That's what happened when Peter's sister called him the slur. Peter Beater.
Is his sister call him slurs?
No, let me go link you Peter versus Rachel, so you know what Chris was talking about.
I don't know anything about your sister. Does she have black hair?
I think so.
I would hope so
Don't
if you're
know
from
what color
if you're in the...
sister's hair is.
Well, okay, let me rephrase that question. Her natural hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
So, what you call you?
Okay, let me go find it. Peter versus Rachel. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna DM you this.
Does she actually... Is this like...
There you go.
Why are people in my DMs all of a sudden?
You have to see it to believe it. Words can't describe it. It's... Oh shit, I'm actually owning this class. Ah!
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's iconic behavior from there.
don't have a picture of her, do you?
No. It's freaking
Okay. I have no cloud navigate shit. Yeah, that's pretty funny of her. But like, I agree though. She did label you wrong because you definitely aren't just gay. Like I'd be wrong.
It's not even gay.
I don't know. Do most bi people, like when they say they're gay, does that like encompass the bi part?
I don't want to talk to
Or,
other
like-
bi people, sorry.
What?
I don't want to talk to other bi people.
I'm just saying, like when people, when people's gay, it's like, yeah, I'm gay. Like, what do you say that says I am blank? Do you say you're bi, or do you also say you're gay?
No, that doesn't make sense to me.
It's like, so what do you say?
I'm bi.
You didn't sound very confident when you said that. Like, puff out and like get angry about it. Oh, I'll get angry.
Get mad that you're bi.
I'm just curious, because I've just never thought of, like, a simple phrase like that. It's like, it sounds compared to, like, fine just the way you are, Peter.
I appreciate that.
I hope so. I treat babies to shit. I'm not gonna just because of who you are. Oh god, he's gonna crash.
I'm run you over.
If you ever look up glitches for this game, majority of them are in this boss. Like, it's crazy. What this, like how we crater, it will actually go in reverse if you flutter long enough. And then, like, he'll come back with, like, multiple dozens of him. I don't know, look up, like, Yoshi's Island, Baby Bowser boss, glitches. Pretty crazy. So you're antisocial, Peter, but you're talking to,
Oh yeah, when
Talking
like
to us.
IRL, I'm like extremely antisocial.
everybody,
He's
everybody's
not
a
very
little...
social if he is talking to people
Well,
online and if those
and-
people are guys.
I don't know, real life is like, maybe you're not antisocial, you just hate people. Because I think most people, I hate people.
Yeah, people suck.
I could tolerate them, or if I have to. So yeah, I mean, it's a little different on the internet. Alright, well,
I like people.
I don't know.
A lot of people are pretty cool. Some people
How
suck.
how's this media?
Oh, fuck.
You just drag pictures in and just like post it?
Oh no,
Yes.
you have to go to the, go to, here, let me go. When you're media, you have to click the plus button on the top right.
Oh, what the fuck is with these pluses? Don't know if I can share that.
Oh god. I don't want to know what that is.
I don't think, well, it's not furry related, but I definitely can't share that. You might like it, Peter. But Crisco didn't like it. I don't want to get banned.
Crisco, would you ban over not safe for work?
What is Nazi for work?
Like, if we post something media that's not safe for work, would you ban us? Or ban the poster?
I don't know. I mean, so
Oh, like, okay.
So- Okay.
theoretically speaking, what the fuck do I care?
So it's okay if you post porn?
Or no, do not post porn.
God damn it. Okay. Well, you could have from the start, because you knew
You
where this was
could've-
going.
You could have said porn from the start
Oh, it's not porn. It's just a.
instead of sugar. How do you feel
Very sick.
about not for work? That's super vague. That could mean anything. That could mean like.
But that's what I mean. It is not safe for work, but it also isn't porn.
Peter
Like,
says it's
does
porn.
it contain slurs?
It's art.
I don't want to see slurs. Listen, I spent too much of my time hanging around 8-Bit and his fucking white Nazi supremacist group. I don't want to have anything to do with any of
Oh,
that
yeah?
kind of gross stuff
8-Bit
anymore.
at its front below saying the case slur.
Still, nah, I don't share that picture as much. I just don't think you would appreciate it. You'd like it, but I don't think you would.
Just post that picture on Peter Splits because we're next time.
He would not be. He would not. I don't think the balls that is. I'll say it like that. But that being said, I have to know how many subs it'd be worth. Everybody's got their price.
It's true. That's what the $1 Million Man said.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's a $1 Million Man.
He's the $1 Million Man because he pays people to do stupid shit.
Entertainment. You have to spend money to make money.
Peter, what is it that you've said repeatedly that you would never do for any amount of money that I, for whatever reason, can't think of? at the
Show
moment?
my face live on stream.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
For no amount of money.
Oh no, it's a
There's
what he
no.
said.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second.
No, I
Yeah, I don't
really
believe it
don't
either,
want
but
to show my
he's-
face.
I don't believe it. I think
hate
something
how
as
it looks.
simple. You'll realize. What if somebody just randomly finds your face? They just know you're. Maybe they overhear you saying, "Yeah, you TPA sold or you're Peter Afro," and it's maybe some guy that is your stream viewer. And he's like, "Oh shit, that's Peter Afro." He takes a picture of you and shares it with everybody. It's on the internet. He did it for free. You could be doing it for a
Yeah.
few $1 million.
You want to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
If you have something that other people want and you can sell it to them, you should seriously consider it.
It's literally for safety reasons. I can't show my face.
Are you like a lethal weapon?
No,
He's afraid
I
that
just
he's
gotta.
stalked by later if he shows his face.
Isn't that guy in Japan? Doesn't he live in Japan?
It's basically like
That is your decision to make, but like, there's plenty of streamers out there that do it and they make millions of dollars and they still haven't been stopped.
it's a very irrational fear of his.
Yeah.
That's not-
Well, I mean, if
to
it's
the
an
point
actual,
where, like-
oh, well, I wouldn't call it irrational. If it's an actual fear, then
It is an actual fear, and it is irrational because it's to the point where, like, not only will he not show his face, he won't even turn his webcam on, regardless of whether or not his face is in the frame.
oh, do you have a webcam? Like, is it like a built-in mic?
Yeah, I have a webcam built into my laptop, so I could turn
There
it
you
on,
go.
but not.
Well, here's another question: do you have tape over that camera?
My old laptop, I had a cover for it. I should probably take it out of the old laptop and put it on this new one.
Yeah, I was about to say, do
You
you
know
have
the-
a tape over it?
The FBI turns your webcam on every night after you go to bed and they look at you.
That doesn't make sense.
No,
Well, that would be a threat because the laptop's closed. All of the
I'm just saying, if you have a built-in webcam and you don't want to use it, you should cover it up. Like, thick piece of duct tape or something.
Yeah, good idea.
Because, you can joke around all you want, but
People can't access it
Yeah,
without your
they
knowledge
can.
or consent.
just like they can access this Discord server that we're talking right now. And they can be,
We
you know,
did it, yo.
listening in.
We beat
If
Yoshi's
it's
Island.
over the internet,
Spicy
and
hot speedruns to beat down.
you could probably just put a timer and do a playthrough right now, and you'd probably do it tonight.
Well, I need to learn the
theoretically,
works.
I theoretically tried to offer Peter insane amounts of money to see if he would turn the webcam on with him wearing a mask, and he wouldn't do that. I've asked him would he do it.
Hell.
I asked him would he do it with a paper bag over his head. He didn't want to do that. I think a mask is the way to go, TBH. I think you need to find a really cool mask. Then you should wear that. Like a Shrek mask.
Nah.
Maybe I'll wear it when we watch Shrek. In like 2023. When that cooldown ends, I'm gonna pick it immediately because it's like a big time. It's like a lot of these movies is a sin you haven't watched, but Shrek is an ultra sin you haven't watched.
D-Wing, you want to see a sweet mask that I want Peter to wear live on stream, but he won't ever? I'll put it in his Twitch chat.
Huh?
This mask is awesome.
What does that link?
It links to eBay.
No.
It does.
No.
You mean no?
I do
It
not.
definitely links.
I didn't. No, I am not watching somebody wear that.
You don't like that mask?
Which mask?
No, not
Dude, that's a
at
sick mask.
all. Yeah. Okay.
That'd make him look spooky as fuck.
Yeah, it would. All right, let's test.
You can find him a furry mask. Maybe he'll wear
Get
that.
this work. Oh yeah, that works pretty good.
Crisco, look at the media section.
I was just testing, see if it works. Works pretty good.
I don't mind if you post stuff like this. She's wearing all her clothes.
Is that a woman to you?
Is that a woman to me?
Yeah.
It's definitely not a woman. It's female. Whatever it is, it's female, but it's not a woman. It's a fucking fox or a dog or a squirrel.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know what it.
Crisco,
Let's see
why
which
did you
label.